What's going on, watchers? It's Will. I'm the host this week on Marvelite. And here with me, I have my regular co-host, Lucal.
Yo, what is up, sweaties? It's good to be back.
We have Nasty Nick.
Yeah, I'm back in the house after apparently heated episode last week, or last whatever. It got like all this hate, dude. I was like,
We got intense. And Magic Mike.
Yo, what's up, guys?
AKA Fail Whale 34.
Yep.
Whale Army, ooh!
So, let's start off with, like, the biggest thing, and at least all of us have seen, at least the first episode. Let's talk about Daredevil Season 2, specifically Episode 1, because all of us are in different places. Like, I think, Luke, you're on the second episode, I think. Michael, you're on the third. I'm on the seventh, and I think Nick is done. So,
yeah, dude, I finished that.
We got overachievers over here.
Yeah.
An overachiever.
What did you guys think about the return of the Devils of Hell? The Devils of Hell Kitchen. Yep, that's what he's called now.
Well, first off, I would have probably already been where Nick is at, having seen the entire second season by now. But sadly, it didn't come out until 3 a.m. over here in the Midwest, and I passed out, and I had to get up early for work. So I worked all day, and then I came home. Like, I haven't had a chance to actually watch it, so I've only seen the first episode. But I do plan on, tonight, actually, getting some friends over. We're going to order some pizza, drink some beers, and we're just going to binge watch the rest of the season tonight. So, super excited for that. Yeah. But the first episode, I thought was really good. It was a really good start to the second season. We got some cool things, like the introduction of the Punisher. No Elektra in this episode, though. So, spoilers, I guess. Sorry, I didn't say that before.
Dude, spoilers, yeah. Wow.
She's in the trailers. It's okay.
Yeah. The episode ended, like, extremely abrupt. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, as soon as it sucks you in, it's over. And it's like, what? The episode's over. It was so crazy because it gets so heated right at the end. And, I don't know, it was just insane.
No, totally, man.
Motherfucking bang.
Yeah, like, it's
Absolutely.
like you get so, like, into the moment. You're like, oh my god, they're fighting. And then the bang. I felt like I got shot because it just stopped right there. And I was like, oh my god.
It's pretty crazy too how we already get the conflict between them in the first episode. Like they don't even wait any time. Like, you know how Kingpin was built up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, they just dive right into it. It's so insane. Overall, like, I loved, like, the reintroduction of Foggy. I think Foggy is great. He's a great supporting character. I think Deborah Ann Wall's character too. She's absolutely stunning in, like, everything that she does.
Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead. My bad.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I don't know what it is, but just... Nick may have a different opinion on this, but I'm generally not disappointed with the way Marvel writes most of their women, especially on their Netflix shows, because they're all very different, very... I'm not trying to pull that weird shit where people are like, it's a strong female lead. Well, yeah, she's a good actress and she really sells the part. So when I see the character, I see, like, Karen Page. I don't see Deborah Ann Wall as Karen. Like, I actually see these characters, and her interaction with everyone else are, like, she doesn't really take any shit either, despite the fact that she looks. Like,
yeah.
She seems like she might be dainty. But also, those tight skirts.
Yeah, and I like how they made, like, an apparent, like, right from the very beginning, is that, like, it's in the middle of the summer, and it's, like, sweltering hot out, and everybody is just sweaty the entire episode. I'm almost wondering if that's not a little bit of meta humor going on, but...
Dude, that's a sweaty geek thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
sweaty nerds unite!
Filthy nerds!
No, but I really like Punisher, though. Like, I just thought the way they introduced him in the episode, even with, like, the Irish mobsters and everything, it would just really, like, it really got you into it and got you, like, really scared of the guy. Like, he's, like, freaking menacing.
It was so savage, the way that he just took out those mob bosses.
totally, man.
Like
oh my
it was,
God.
I wasn't quite expecting it either. I thought that like that when that guy was giving a speech, I didn't imagine that speech ending the way that it ended. It was a little bit reminiscent of Punisher Warzone, if you guys have seen that movie. In the beginning of Punisher Warzone, there was a similar thing happening with mob bosses, and the Punisher just comes in and stomps the shit out of them. Like, literally, the climax of the movie happens in the first 5 minutes.
Jeez.
And that's... And it was very, very reminiscent of that. You see more bullets fly, as to where in Punisher Warzone, you see... he literally physically comes in and just wails on everybody. Like, he throws the foot of a chair through someone's face in Punisher Warzone. It's absolutely insane. It was just that scene at the beginning there was just very reminiscent of that.
Yeah.
Dude, Frank is a fucking savage.
Top set right there.
Through what I've seen of him so far, there's like, and here's the crazy thing. You may not believe me now, but you're gonna feel sympathy for this guy. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
I'm not gonna say how or why, but there's gonna be a moment when it hits you in your chest. You just be like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" But
Yeah.
I like the difference in dichotomy between Frank and Matt, because they're both like, we're trying to do the same thing, but we have different means of going about it.
Yeah. The Punisher, he's really just a soldier has lost his way in that regard.
Yeah, the war never left him.
Yeah. You really can't help but feel sympathy for him. Like, even in the trailers, you kind of feel sympathy for him. Just like the close-ups of his face, there is like a total... His face is full of total despair. And it looks like he has just completely lost all hope of anything good ever.
Yeah.
And it really just makes you feel for the guy. Again, his methods are pretty out there, and most heroes, especially Matt, does not approve of how he deals with these criminals. But he does make a good point in the trailer. He says to Matt, you hit him and they get back up. I hit him and they stay down. That speaks volumes. It really does.
A bullet might do that unless you're Luke Cage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is a segue time, Will?
Yeah, we can. I mean, is everyone feel like they have spoken their piece?
One last thing. Watching the show, I'm like, oh my god, Shane's back. It's a Walking Dead reference. Because he played Shane in The Walking Dead season 2, and he was a similar character.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't constantly rubbing his head though.
Yeah,
like
I was
Shane
surprised.
did.
I thought he was like a shotgun and just rubbed his noggin.
Stop. Just rubbed his head with shotgun shells.
Exactly.
But what about you, Nick?
Final thoughts on Daredevil. I don't want to give too much away since I've seen the whole show, but just spoiler-free thoughts on the show. It's really cool because season 1 of Daredevil was him becoming that character. Season 2 is him being Daredevil and realizing what it means to be a hero, and his actions can inspire other people for better or worse, like the Punisher.
Yeah, so season 1 is really just it was a big build up, but season 2 you're just jumping right into the action. You get to see him as Daredevil. You just jump right into the fun. That is fantastic. It's so great. It was well worth the wait, I think. It's actually less than a year. It's only been 11 months.
Yeah, it feels like it came by really quick too. A big turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of the things I've seen, it's so far managed to actually be kind of better than the first season, which I'm like, how the shit did you do that? Because that was honestly, arguably, the best superhero show of 2015.
I thought Arrow season 3 was.
It had one of the best villains behind Kingpin, and behind Kingpin and Purple Man, but Ra's was a close third to fifth, somewhere along that spectrum. Actually, he was a close fourth behind Reverse Flash.
Yeah, but guys, the listeners, comment on the comment section below, how far you guys are in Daredevil season 2 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let us know what your guys' thoughts are too.
And then watch our spoiler review that should be up shortly.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, you recorded that with CJ, so that'll be pretty interesting.
So going forward with that pre-established segue, apparently this may actually be a tiny bit of a spoiler, but it's more of a nifty reference. We have a teaser for Luke Cage. We also have what the logo looks like, which I'm surprised that's a thing that people are freaking out about. But hey, any news is Scoopy news.
They're using block font. Whoa.
Well, my God. But yeah, the most intimidating man out there, the bulletproof black guy, will be coming to us. What, summer of next year?
No, dude, this September is when.
This September
30th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my dates fucked up. But yeah.
So it's pretty much at the end of the summer, dude. It's so exciting. I can't believe they actually dropped a teaser today, the day of the release of season 2 of Daredevil. That's so crazy. That's nuts. It's not really a long teaser, but I highly recommend everybody watches it.
It's about 23 seconds long.
I really hope that that's the tone of the entire show. I really do. I will go as far as to say it needs to be the tone of the show. Like, Jessica Jones had a really dark theme, and there wasn't a whole lot of humor. It was dark humor. But I think Luke Cage really has the potential to just be like this really super bombastic show. And I kind of hope that's what it is. I hope it doesn't have all those dark undertones.
Yeah, it has to be like
Jones
a groovy 70s comic, dude.
Yeah.
I really hope it is.
Sweet Christmas.
I really hope it is. Who do you guys think the villain's gonna be?
Cottonmouth.
I know that Cottonmouth is one of them. He's confirmed to be in there. What do you guys think about some of the more obscure villains? Like for example, there were these villains that showed up in the Marvel one-shot All Hail the King, and they're known as the tracksuit Draculas. Okay.
What the hell type of name is that? Dude, that sounds like a hip hop collective.
Yeah.
Luke Cage
they're
versus
literally
the tracksuit. The what?
They're literally like mobsters that wear tracksuits. Okay, like they have a signature look and signature accents.
Say that name again.
The tracksuit Draculas.
Dude. I'll have a band called the Trapsuit Dracula. That's a beautiful ass villain.
It sounds like Morbius and his gang.
Yeah. We the Tracksuit Draculas.
If it was,
we are not to be fucked with in these streets of Harlem. Yeah, okay.
It sounds like they should be in the Warriors or some type of musical. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Warriors before.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it, but I know it.
Oh, it's a cult classic. You guys just have to watch.
I think they're remaking it too.
No.
No.
Another conversation. Yeah, I know the Warriors line with the clinking bottles, but yeah, I feel like if they're gonna do anything, Marvel might actually be a little conscious and tackle the whole issue of police things based off some of the set photos we saw, or at least they'll allude to it at some point. Because I feel like, especially with Luke Cage and his history, that's definitely a thing you should at least touch upon. It's kind of hard to ignore that there's a dude walking around who's like bulletproof and knife-proof, hanging around in New York, especially in Harlem, is in a very turbulent time for America in regards to like police and safety and government issues and whatnot. Especially in like the post-Civil War time, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that will be post-Civil War, yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely will be. I think another idea for a villain would be really cool. Maybe if not for Luke Cage, but for the Defenders, would be some more obscure characters like Mr. Fear, who injects. He's kind of like a Scarecrow type of figure from the DC universe, but he wears like a hood. And he has like a mask of just a white skull, and he basically goes around and he injects the serum into people, and the serum makes people see like their worst fears come to fruition, and he would be, I think, a really cool character to tackle. If you did him. Like, he's super obscure, didn't appear in a whole lot of comics. He did, however, manage to kill both of Daredevil's love interests, though, which is pretty intriguing. So, what do you guys think about, like, some potential villains that we could get for the Defenders?
Serpent Society, dude.
Actually, that would be
a good
bad.
Yeah, it would be bad.
How would it be bad? No, dude, you got to do what they're doing in Sam Cap now, where they're like serpent conglomerate.
Yeah, those ones.
I personally don't think that would work, but that's my opinion.
It all depends how you do it.
Well, I definitely think that the Serpent Society exists in the movie universe. I don't know about them translating the TV. I don't think they would do very well. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you feel about it, Michael?
I mean, Daredevil.
Villain
for Luke Cage, man.
The villain for Luke Cage, yes.
Yeah. Who is he gonna fight other than
He should fight himself. I'm just kidding.
Cotton.
I'd be cool if we see. I don't know too many villains for Luke Cage. In all honesty,
like they just crammed in a bunch of villains for Daredevil. They only had one villain for Jessica Jones. Well, one main. I guess there were some side ones. Like they had Nuke in there, which was pretty crazy. They were kind of setting up his origin. It was kind of neat the way that they told his story. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm very,
Nuke,
very interested to see where it's going to go.
Yeah, Nuke is a Daredevil villain. I'm surprised, he should be in one of these seasons for Daredevil.
Well, like, it's weird because, like, they're sort of mix and matching things up in that regard. Like, Nuke, like, his name wasn't his name in the comics. He wanted her a kind of a different name. He's kind of an amalgamation of a few different characters. I kind of looked into it, what they did for Nuke for the show. Also, the one of the detectives in Jessica Jones was also he was kind of like a supporting character in the Punisher comics for many years, but they kind of killed him off. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Jessica Jones yet. That's your fault. That's just your that's your fault. Yeah, you had your chance. It's your fault
gone.
If you haven't seen it yet or not. I don't know. But basically, those are my thoughts on some of the Luke Cage stuff going on right now. So.
I like the music they were playing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool too.
Michael, did you have any thoughts on it?
The villain stuff,
I think we might have lost him. Actually,
we may have lost.
I am alive. Oh my god, I muted myself.
Okay. You're that gasp. Oh shit! He's alive.
I like the music in Luke Cage at the end with the logo. I thought that was really cool. And the villain, I think Cottonmouth would be a solid choice.
Yeah, wait. I thought for the TV version of Nuke, I thought he was Frank Simpson, though.
No, it's. I think they kept the last name Simpson, but I think they went with something else.
Oh, it's Will Simpson. I just remember.
Yeah, Will Simpson. That's correct. Yeah. So they kind of changed his character up a little bit, but I think overall.
I was gonna say, I like how the actor looks similar to Evans too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he went
the leather jacket and everything.
Yeah, undercover, he had like the same glasses and hat on. I was like, what?
I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of Nuke towards the end, though.
He was a dick.
He's kind of a psychopath in the comics. He's a bit of a psychopath.
Yeah, he took the red pill.
He did some pretty crazy stuff.
So.
He did take the red pill. That's the right pill, though. Never take the blue pill. Anyways, yeah. So I don't think we have any more thoughts on any of this. Will
not really.
What other topics of discussion?
Well,
that new trailer though.
I was about to say, like, clearly the biggest news of today is that X-Men Apocalypse trailer we had all been holding our breath for. That was almost exactly the same as the other one, aside from Psylocke looks really good. And okay, here's something weird that I noticed. They've had like. 2 trailers and a teaser from the comic since Comic-Con, since that one.
Yep.
And now we have this new trailer for Apocalypse, and just now they change his voice and give him like white pupils. That's I mean, I get the movie's 2 months out, so it's still you still have time to do post-editing and shit, but that's kind of a random time to do it when you've been in all 3 trailers. You always have that line of, well, they will destroy this world and build a better one, whatever the line is. And it's kind of late in the game, isn't it?
It reminds me of Fant Four Stick, actually, how all the trailers, the what was it, Planet Zero or something? Like, all of it was like orange effects, and then the finished movie was green effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the invert
movie,
color button on it.
Yeah, I guess Trank just had to have it green, like that was part of his vision, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, what did you guys think of this trailer that we've just been waiting? Luke, I know you're just the biggest fan of
Yeah, we
Fox
gotta
films.
get Luke's.
Luke, we need your opinion, man.
To the point where people think we don't like Fox.
Yeah, we need your honest opinion on this.
Fire away, bud.
This is gonna
Damn
get
you
messy.
guys. Damn you guys. You had to do it, didn't you? I was telling these guys that I really didn't want to give my opinion on this.
Yeah, this is gonna be very messy.
Speak your truth,
Luke,
fam. Speak your
Luke,
truth.
you can only say nice things about it, Luke. What do you decide to say?
Okay, the one positive thing I will say is I haven't seen Wolverine yet. Okay, so I'm...
Dude, he has a cameo, dude.
You know what? He probably will have a cameo. So far, they're trying to keep that. Oh no, he's not in the movie, but he'll probably be there. He'll probably be there.
Dude, Hugh Jackman pecs. That's like $20,000 extra per screen, dude.
I would actually genuinely be shocked if he is not anywhere in this movie. Even a post-credit scene counts. So if he's in a post-credit scene, he's in the movie. Just saying. But as far as trailer goes, it's a better trailer than the last one, I will say.
I agree with that.
It's still just didn't give me any amount of hype whatsoever. Like virtually none. Like there are very few things that I like. Psylocke, for example, I think Olivia Munn looks really good as Psylocke. I'm sure that she'll do a phenomenal job in this movie. She spoke out recently and said, gave the reasons why she loved the character, which I thought was really cool. I always like it when actors and actresses give an explanation as to why they picked doing this character and took this role in this job. That always intrigues me. Like Ryan Reynolds, for example, Deadpool. But why though? Why on earth does 3 or 4 characters have color to them? That really is I find very, very odd. Like Magneto has red. It looks like there's a tiny little bit of red on Nightcrawler, maybe at some point. Mystique isn't blue. She's Jennifer Lawrence most of the time. In the promo art, in the posters, she's just Jennifer Lawrence in this 2000s black armored suit, and I'm like, why are you not
until
Mystique?
This trailer dropped?
Yeah, this trailer had a lot of her as thing though, which was surprising.
See, it's so weird. Like they had reverted back. It's like Bryan Singer completely ignored the story arcs and subplots that Matthew Vaughn was setting up. Like, for example, in First Class, you see how Mystique's character is evolving, and there's development there, and you see that how she's transitioning into being fearful of the way that she looks into mutant and proud, and she embraces that in First Class. She's like, I don't want to look, this way anymore. I want to be myself, like fully myself. Fully herself, she's blue with yellow eyes and red hair. That's what she looks like, and I don't understand if it's just clearly Singer's vision, if it's the studio that is going back on that, or if it's Jennifer Lawrence herself. There have been reports that Jennifer Lawrence really just doesn't want to play the character anymore, and she wanted to be less, do less of the makeup and be Mystique less and just look like her regular self.
So we're gonna make all the movies center around her. If that makes sense.
Honestly, it's so weird because in this new trailer, she says, you're not students anymore, you're X-Men. It's like, wait, are you talking to Jean and Scott now and Aurora? Like,
she's leading them, man.
For one thing, when has Mystique ever been an X-Men? Never.
What do you mean, Luke? Haven't you heard of the...
They don't know that.
Dude, why did Fox put the
X
end of the movie in the trailer? Why did they put that ending scene where she's like, "You're X-Men" in the trailer?
Yeah, I forgot.
To steal from Age of Ultron when Hawkeye's like, "You're Avengers now." No,
oh my goodness.
They were trying to get people hyped, guys. That's what they're just trying to do. Let them live.
Another thing I had a question about was, are they going to explain the relation of the Summers? Because it's like, we have Scott Summers as Cyclops. Like, didn't you have the guy who has his dad's name, but who's not his dad because he's too young? Because they showed him at the end of it. And I'm like, oh, you just butt fucked the canon with whatever you were trying to do with this. Because Scott's a teenager. And whoever the name of the brother from the Starjammers is playing concussive or whatever.
Wait, so you for people who don't know, the Summers family consists of 3 brothers. Okay, we haven't seen that third brother like ever. Not even
Alex? No.
him.
Whatever happened to Alex?
Has he been
matter.
mentioned?
Who would want to see Alex?
No.
Fans of X-Men
there's
Evolution.
Alex Summers. There's Scott Summers. I forget the third brother. What is his name? He's actually kind of in space more than he is on Earth. He's actually ruler of the Shi'ar Empire at one point, but it's not like
I thought the one from the Starjammers was his dad.
It's not like they'll do the Shi'ar anyways.
Yeah, they'll never do the Badoon or Kang or any of this. So.
Unfortunate. They have them, but they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, they will literally just let all of that sit.
I'm just going to hold them out of frame.
And again, I'm getting more hesitant of giving my full opinion about things like this. Sharing this to the world because I get a lot of hate for not. It's like Will said earlier. I'm really surprised about how many people actually like the Fox X-Men universe.
Dude, Singer's signed on for the long haul too. This is his vision of the whole universe.
So we're in it for a while, boys and girls.
Gabriel Summers.
That's it. That is his name.
Who is
Another
dead?
question I have too is Archangel in the movie. Is this Warren that's playing like Archangel, or is this a whole different like Angel character? Like I want to know if that's actually Warren from the comics who's Angel, and then later becomes Archangel. I want to know, but I don't know like if he's titled to have the name Warren or not.
Yeah, Warren Worthington the Third.
They don't do anything from the comics, so I mean.
Yeah.
That's true. They really don't. Like I've personally never liked the way that Mystique has looked in any of the movies. Like why is she naked in half of them? Like I don't understand it. They did kind of clothe her more in this, but in Days of Future Past she was naked, and in this movie it looks like she's gonna be naked in some parts too. And I'm like, there's never ever a need for her to be naked. For those of you who don't know, she's never naked in the comics, like ever. She doesn't have like. Her hair is never really, like, slicked back the way it is. She doesn't really have, like, those weird, like floral patterns and designs on her skin like she does in the movies.
Yeah, she's always clothed.
Yeah, she's always clothed. And it's a really super weird design that they went with her for the movie. I've never really cared for it. Like I said, I liked where they were going with her character development in First Class, and then Days of Future Past came along and just completely undid that.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, because Singer and Matthew Vaughn...
Yeah. It's just
before people start giving me shit. Go ahead. My fault.
You know, if Fox really wants to bring out the X-Men universe, I say that they create a writer's room and bring Matthew Vaughn back and keep Tim Miller on, and them two should be creative consultants, and they should map out the franchise and the rest of this universe.
That's how
who
you
else
do
they
it.
should get?
Not a bad idea, actually.
Robert Ortzman and Kurtzy or whatever.
No, they should
That's
not.
a bad idea.
Nick. That is an extremely bad idea.
You want to play a game of good idea, bad idea? Well, there's a bad idea.
For those of you who don't know, I mean, they're attached to TASM 2, Transformers 4,
greatest movie of all time,
Star Trek 1 and 2,
Star Trek,
Stat Trek.
Stat Trek.
Stat Trek.
Yeah, that's Ortsy
XX,
Quartzy, dude. Like, two of the worst
Yeah.
screenwriters in Hollywood.
Ortsy and Quartzy.
Kurtzy?
And some... Oh, yeah, and they did the script for the new Power Rangers reboot.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
boy.
Action.
Can't wait
No,
for that.
no, dude, they dropped out of it. Max Landis is on that now. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Even better.
Yeah,
Even better.
But yeah, that movie has 6 writers. But before anyone jumps down my throat, I was wrong. It actually is Alex Summers that was in First Class. Doesn't really explain where Scott was, but okay.
Yeah. Overall, just my closing thoughts on the X-Men Apocalypse trailer. It was a better trailer than the first one. I'm still not really hyped for it. They still have yet to sell me on it. Again, like, it's just... I have a feeling that it's going to still undo the canon even further, because somehow Bryan Singer just manages to screw up the canon and the continuity over and over again. It doesn't make any sense what keeps happening. Like, if you really just sit there and think about it, it's not that hard to find plot holes and continuity errors. And the whole purpose of Days of Future Past was to reset that canon, which they did fix a few things from the old canon, but in return, they ended up actually messing it up still, somehow. It amazes me how they were able to mess up more than they actually fixed with that movie. Anyways, I'm done giving my opinion on that.
If you want to feel better about how bad the timeline is, look at it this way. You want to know how bad the continuity was in Fan Four Stick? There's a scene right at the end where Michael B. Jordan, as Johnny Storm, is having a conversation with the government. He has no facial hair. Jump cut to them in the Baxter Building, full facial hair.
Oh my god!
And I caught it when watching the CinemaSins, and I'm like, that is one of the ugliest things. You can tell where the reshoots happen.
Also,
So, listen,
wig, too, on Kate Mara, right?
Yeah, didn't she get progressively more blonde?
Yeah.
Like, her hair lightened and his hair would just mysteriously appear and disappear. So
I think everyone's aware of how bad the movie was.
Yeah, that's another
just look at it
cranky
this way. X-Men can use some work. It will occasionally get things right. James McAvoy, it's got it right. Quicksilver, he's fine. Magneto's fine. I'm sure Oscar Isaac, despite the costume they gave him, may actually be a good Apocalypse.
See, I'm not sold on Apocalypse. I think Oscar Isaac's a great actor.
How did DC Luke put that? He looks like a stone wall.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I have a really
The
bad
real
feeling.
wall isn't Amanda Waller.
I have a really bad feeling about this movie, guys. This X-Men Apocalypse movie.
So do most people within
Hey
the...
man, you might
so do
be
most
a
people that read
fortune
comic
teller,
books.
Nick. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit, dude. I don't know that much about the actual canon, like Age of Apocalypse and whatnot. But listen, there's a couple things I can figure out. But moving onwards, we've covered our big 3 topics for today. Did you want to, while we have just some time, did you want to talk about that news we got with the Russos and everything? Because they've been running a lot of interviews and stuff.
This is going to be like an hour-long episode. This is
with as
shaping up.
with as much content as we actually have to talk about. No, just I guess real quick, the Russo brothers kind of spoke out and commented on some of the mixed reviews that their Spider-Man suit was getting. They basically went into a little bit of detail and spoke, well, not only about that, but Avengers Infinity War 2, and somehow we're going to be getting even like new characters that have never been introduced on screen before in Infinity War. So what does that mean? The speculation is off the charts for that. You know, that can mean anywhere from just like mediocre side characters to like big actiony superheroes. So what do you guys think on that? Actually, I'm more interested to know in like what kind of characters could they possibly be bringing in that we've never seen or never even mentioned before.
Sword.
The royal family.
Do you guys actually think the Inhumans are going to be in Infinity War?
I think part 2, yeah.
Yeah. I'm almost certain part 2, but
Wait,
I
I
feel
think
like
Fox
part 1.
owns Sword, though.
Do they? Or
Well,
they were
Sword-
mentioned though in a
Sword-
deleted scene.
Yeah, Sword's weird because as we were talking about this the other day, like you have to have Sword and Abigail Brand if you're going to do Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
Like, If not, that's horrible.
Yeah,
honestly, like.
Yeah, I think they'll introduce the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer for Infinity Wars.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they have worked out a really cool deal with Fox.
Yeah, maybe they're just sitting on it, and we have no idea.
Yeah, what if they got like Galactus and Silver Surfer back
for
Kang?
Infinity War? Oh, jeez, no. It's funny. It's just so funny because Fox will never use any of those characters again, especially after Fant Four Stick.
Oh,
Well, they're
definitely. They're
planning,
not touching those for a while.
Fox is planning a Silver Surfer standalone after their old Fantastic Four 2 from like 2007, I think.
Which, I mean,
they want to bring back that universe.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
actually
they
didn't.
should.
I mean, he didn't suck in that movie, but he also wasn't at full. He was definitely not at full capability.
Totally.
Who? Who? Galactus?
Silver
No,
Surfer
Silver
could
Surfer.
sneeze.
Oh,
He could sneeze and fuck the entire Fantastic Four.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He had power cosmic, bro.
Yeah, also, the Russos commented on there being like 3 end credit scenes.
Yeah, one for Doctor Strange, dude.
I'm shooting for like one Doctor Strange, and the other 2 are just going to be like comedic. Probably one of them is going to involve Spider-Man. I can almost guarantee you that.
Yeah, we're gonna get like
Probably
another
that little
shawarma
theme
scene.
song playing again.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Tony was just like, "Hey Peter, have you tried the shawarma joint?" In the next scene, it's just literally him and Peter sitting in the shawarma joint.
Yeah, in
Eating some
costume.
shawarma.
That would be good.
In costume, that'd be funnier.
Or like all the new Avengers are doing it together, and it's like a tradition kind of thing. That'd be funny too.
Yeah, they go there on the anniversary of the New York attack.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh my gosh.
But did you? So with this information, did you want to cover our topic? We'd probably have to keep it pretty concise.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, do you want to introduce it? Because it was your idea. Buddy.
What was my idea? Oh, that idea you're talking about. No,
said
that's a bad idea to talk about right now at this moment. I think we should probably wait for next episode.
All right, yeah, that might be for next episode.
Cliffhangers.
Oh, we have to wait to talk about how great Fox is till next episode.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till next episode.
You're heating up the comment section, Nick. You're heating it up.
I mean, as far as going back to Apocalypse, as far as it goes, I'm interested in like Psylocke, Storm. Yeah, that's it.
Dude, what about Quickie?
Oh yeah, and his dude. How has that scene looked unaltered since the first time we saw it in the trailer? It looks bad.
Yeah, it got worse actually in post.
Yeah, and I'm like, because they did in they did in Days of Future Past, and it looked great for the only scene he was in, but it looked really good. And they're gonna do it again, I suppose, and it looks worse. And I'm like, now, how did you mess that up? Because didn't Bryan Singer do Days of Future Past?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
How did you mess up your own movie?
it's Singer.
It was taking a step forward and then backwards. How? No.
Yeah, and Scarlet Witch doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah.
Or Polaris, which really pisses me off that we haven't gotten Polaris yet.
Nah, man, they're in boarding school.
Well, not anymore because X-Match is gonna blow up again. They just threw in the trailer.
They're,
So we
they're
don't
at
have to wait for it.
they're at a boarding school at Pilat University. Contrived Pilat University. You ever heard of it?
Say what you will about Joss Whedon killing off Quicksilver, which, by the way, was just a flip off to Fox. But say what you will about that. There's no way I can ever let Bryan Singer have Quicksilver just be called Pete. You don't understand. You don't understand how much that actually upsets me.
What's his name? It doesn't matter. But what's his name? Shut up. Avoid calling him at all costs. Peter Maximoff and his sister. Oh wait. What about his other sister? Oh wait.
What about his dad?
Oh.
Oh.
That was a funny little in joke that they had.
Yeah. One thing about the trailer though, there's gonna be a lot of destruction from the trailer. There's like a lot of destruction.
Is he gonna pick up another bridge?
Probably, man. We'll probably get another stadium flying around. You know.
I actually like the bridge thing. I'm the only one that likes the bridge from X-Men 3. Okay, I actually enjoy X-Men 3, but I haven't seen it in years, so
we're getting another bridge scene.
Dude, why can't Fox do new ideas? Why do they recycle?
Yeah, why not tunnels or something, dude?
Rinse and repeat, man. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, why are Fox so terrible, dude?
Nick, these are fighting words. Stop.
Yeah, stop it. He's trying to create a flame war in the comments.
Yeah,
section.
by the way, guys, Tom Rothman is now the head of Sony.
My god. So anyways, guys, let us know what you guys thought about the X-Men Apocalypse trailer number 2. I think with that note, Will, I think we should close out.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid note to close out on. Let's actually not make it into a shit show. So before it happens, I'm Will. This has been the Marvelite podcast. Here we have my co-host Luke.
This has been a shit show from the very beginning. Just letting you know that.
Never change. Buddy, Magic Michael.
What's going on, guys? We had a fun episode, 434. We're outie.
And Nasty Nick.
Yeah, screw Fox, dude. They suck. I hate all their movies.
Oh my god.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Hybrid Network. See you next week.